Alright, that was a very quick stagger. Alright, just Agheel, and then we're off to Caelid. This is pretty much, what, 31 bosses we've done? I think there's 32 in Limgrave, and all we're missing is the Tibia Mariner. Which we do later, so we'll get to that today, too. So Limgrave will be done, Caelid will be probably mostly done. I get some Ichimonji vibes when I see the animation for this. No, yeah, so I said like every 10 weapons we do, I'll probably do like a random run. Sekiro will be part of the random runs. I'd like to do Charmless Demon Bell. I did that run before, and it wasn't that bad. I think the beginning was kind of tough, but like after the beginning, it was not bad. Probably because I never really practiced the beginning fights in that game. But and a randomizer for Sekiro, I think would be fun too. Enemy and item randomizer. I don't think you can do a Foggate randomizer in Sekiro. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't think Foggate randomizers will ever really be a thing in this game either, unfortunately. Okay, really, man? This kind of sucks. Down 2 flasks for this fight already. Probably only needed to use 1. Yeah, like a Foggate randomizer in this game, I just think wouldn't really work well. Because you kind of can just go... like, it would to an extent, but not nearly as well as it would in DS1 or 3. I think 1's better than 3 for that, but 3 works. The problem is the open world. Like, you could like, end up at 1 Foggate and literally just go back to where you were, depending on, you know, the Foggate you went through. It would work a little bit, but, like, not really. Not nearly as well as it would in the other games. I wish DS2 had that, too, like a Foggate randomizer. That'd be sick. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Now, I guess if you didn't mind doing, like, dungeons, then, I don't know, there's more validity for a bonded randomizer, I think, but if you're not doing dungeons, I don't think there really would be. Although, I don't really know how the PvP fog gates work in this game. I think it's just, like, kind of a bubble. Like an Agheel, almost. I don't know, like, I don't even know what a fog gate randomizer would look like in this game, I guess. Getting warped into Agheel would be interesting, though. I would say getting warped into, like, Stone Sword Key areas, but, like, that wouldn't really work. Because some are just, like, a room. Is this anything here? I can't remember what this is in this chest. Oh, it's the staff. Okay. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Commander O'Neill. Oh, I gotta scroll down on my notes, too. Just to make sure I'm not missing anything. It's kind of hard to miss stuff in Caelid. Well, it's not that it's hard, it's just like, I don't know. You do the run enough and, like, you kind of remember everything. Nox Duo, actually, is probably, like, one of the more forgettable ones, though. Because it's just, like, a one-off branch. Whereas, like, this is, like, on a branch with the Deathrite Bird and the Knight's Cavalry. The Cemetery Shade and Ekzykes. Like, the rest of Caelid pretty much is on a branch. I think I'm gonna kill these other dudes. I don't feel like getting pelted by arrows the entire time. I keep forgetting I don't even need to heal. I just use this, and it heals me. Let me off. Okay, health. I want to get to 40, ideally, before the Dragonbarrow. Oh, nighttime too. Duh. Spooky music. This boss, I think, is going to be annoying. That's bad. I didn't get a heal from that because I didn't hit him. The terrain kind of sucks here too. Oh, that's bad. Yep. I hate Death Redbird so much. I hate them, man. I really do. This isn't even like the late game one either, and that was like 2 hits and I died. The first hit was like, I don't know, 70% of my health. Probably more. Maybe like 75. 80. Oh, thank you. That was lucky as hell. Staggering those things is beautiful. Any time where they can't attack you is just like a wonderful gift. Because every attack they do just is so punishing. I think the Death Smoker run will be fun too. Although I wonder if they fixed the lag on it. I don't think they did. See, now they're not dying when they fall. The last playthrough, that's all they did. They would fall off and just die immediately, and now they're not doing it. I don't understand what the trigger for it is. Like, why do they just randomly die when they fall off the horse? And then why do they not? Like, half the time. I don't get it, man. I wish I knew, because it would just, you know, like maybe you can kill them in a certain way to make that happen and just save yourself some time. Hello? Where is, okay. Am I dead? I was trying to find somewhere to land. It's weird too, because you land on like the side of the cliff and you think you're fine, and then you're not. You just die. It wouldn't let me jump back to the gravestone though. I tried to. I'd like turned around and it's like, nah, not today, Sonny. I don't know where my runes are, but I don't care. I kind of do care, but whatever. I don't want to be up here. Okay, this is good. This is like a surprisingly tricky spot. Oh, maybe not tricky, but I always get tricked by it. I always jump to the wrong branch, and if you land on like I jumped to the one that was higher there, and like I've died so many times trying to get myself off of that branch and then go somewhere else. Oh, right, switch. Need that. Kind of important. Scarlet Rot? You serious? How'd that happen? Well, that's not good. I literally couldn't roll there. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I just got staggered so much that I couldn't roll, but like it was not letting me roll away. I don't know if I was out of stamina. So when I died, I had full stamina, so don't really know what happened there, man. Those runes are gone now. I get 7, so... I hate this guy so much. So annoying, dude. Like, doesn't stand still. Put your head down. Okay. This attack is so bad. Because somehow, just look how far away this rots. Somehow I didn't get hit, though. Maybe it's just a visual thing, and then you get close enough to him and he actually hits you with it. That's very bad. Actually, it wasn't nearly as bad as I expected it to be. That's not good, though. Ooh. What are you doing? Oh. Okay. The range on Taker's Flames, too, is pretty nuts. Like, it's surprisingly long. Like, you wouldn't think it would be, but yeah, it is. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more bosses on this side of Caelid, I believe. And we're off to the Dragonbarrow. There's really not a lot here. How many have we done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's like 26 maybe total in Caelid. Which really, it's only like 6 less than Limgrave, but it doesn't feel like it. Or the Putrid trio might be annoying. They're pretty much always annoying, so that's kind of guaranteed, I guess. I'll have range at least for them, though. But like, I don't know how many hits it's gonna take to break them. That's the issue. I don't think it was very many with Taker's Flames. Or I don't even know, what was I using? I don't think I was using that. I was using the Claymore. I remember now. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. They're not for a while. We still got like, I don't know, 10 more bosses before them. This is not the right way, is it? This is not the right way. I think it's the other way. I always get lost in this cave. Even though I've run through here like a dozen times. Doesn't matter. This is a big cave. Outriders is free to play for the next 3 days through Steam. Man, that just shredded him. How does that work? If it's free to play, free to download, and then what after that? What about after the 3 days are up? But like, if you download the game, for free, right? Oh god, this is awful. I'm completely stuck. I can't move. Yeah, if you download the game for free and then it goes back to how it is, like, you do not have it still, or how does that work? There's no stake here either. That sucks. Oh, okay, I got you then. That's pretty cool, though. Oh my god. I just need one of them to die. You played the demo for 200 hours? Or you mean like you played the main? I'm confused. Where are we going? We're going this way. Or like, so wait, it's the whole, is it just a demo that they, I don't know, I'm confused. So you could play the whole game, right? The whole thing's free to play. Are you talking about that, or are you talking about the demo that you played? Full game is free. Okay, so but you're saying you played the demo for 200. That's crazy. That's a lot of time. What happens with the demo progress? Do you keep that? Actually, I probably would just start... Well, I don't know. Like, if I was going to play, I would probably just start with the game instead of the demo. I guess it doesn't really matter, because it's like you're just playing and then you're taking a break until you get the game. That's crazy, though. You can beat the whole game in 3 days, and then for free, I guess. That's pretty nice, though, because then you can really, you know, it gives you enough time to tell if you like it. Assuming you have the time to sit down and play it anyway. But I imagine you still probably need to get through a story, right? To do endgame stuff. Oh My god. Just let me hit the switch, man. Just let me hit the switch. Good enough. I hate imps. I hate them so much. Four to 5 hours? That is very quick. Although Borderlands was that quick. Not 3, but... Well, maybe 3 now, I don't know. But BL2 is... about that. Although you had to know what you were doing. Plus, you're probably more invested in it too, like, you know, in a first playthrough, right? More likely to watch cutscenes and listen to dialogue. That's probably how I'd be anyway. After that, I just want to get through it as quick as possible. What about if you're doing like other characters? Do you have to play the story again? Or is there a way to like bypass that? Not that it really matters. Like I wouldn't mind doing it again if I was going to, but I'm just curious. I really like Destiny where you just didn't well, I don't know how it was on release. You probably had to play through a story, but like at least when I played back in, I don't even know what it was, 2020, like you just got thrown right into it, which was nice. Unless you get boosted. Yeah, okay. It's not a big deal. I guess the only big deal would be like if you get to a point where you can't skip any cutscenes or dialogue, BL3. Where am I going? Everything is skippable? That's good. Put the knight down and walk towards the light slowly. Oh yeah, Alexander's not gonna be here because I killed him. Oh well. Yeah, I haven't even touched BL3 in like 2 years. So I don't even know what state it's in now. I never played the last 2 DLCs. Never saw like the other skill trees. Yeah, sandwich sucks. Okay, well that's not good. That means rank hard is going to be terrible. Didn't Wonderlands have, like, the opposite problem, though, where, like, the story was fine, but, like, the end game was bad? Alright, end game wasn't really that great in BL3. It might have gotten better, but... If you didn't mind annoyance, anointments, then I don't think it was bad. I didn't like him, though. Endgame is an abomination. Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard. Moonvale! Yep, Reinhardt's gonna be terrible. Taker's Flames is not gonna be viable. There's no way. Yeah, I wonder what the player numbers are like for Wonderlands now. I don't know, to me it feels like it's like a repeat of pre-sequel, right? You have a mainline Borderlands game and then a game that people don't mind playing once maybe, but no one wants to take part in the end game for. That's like, it's literally what it's turned into. Except Gearbox made it in-house this time. Viewers, like, I'm not gonna say it's good, but I also think that, like, viewership isn't necessarily the best way to... It really depends on the type of game. And, like, Borderlands I don't think is, like, the most interesting game to watch unless you play Borderlands, you know? Where am I going? I think Destiny's a good example, because I don't think Destiny has, like, high viewership for as many people that play it. Like, it's got good viewership, don't get me wrong. It's better than 252 people. But, like, it's probably one of the most popular games on Steam, right? Probably more popular in console. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea if it is or not, but, like, you think it'd be, like, you know, higher, but I think Destiny's the same thing. And, like, looter shooters in general are just, I think, adored on Twitch by the people who play the game, but if you don't play the game, like, I feel like it does nothing for you. Console's not, yeah, exactly. It's hard to know console numbers. Like, console numbers for Wonderlands might be higher, but, like, I don't know. The fact that it's not on Steam doesn't really help. Like, you can't know for sure how many people are playing the game. I was kind of surprised they went Epic exclusive again, though. Yeah, that could be it, too. I mean, that's the reason they didn't do DLC characters in 3 was because they weren't going to make as much money from them. And they knew they weren't. But I think in a lot of ways, Destiny stole their thunder. Like, having just live service always being done to the game, and a lot of the fan base went to Destiny. Like, I think it hurt Borderlands. Because it was never a thing for the, you know, BL1 or, like, the main part of BL2's development cycle. Really all of it. I also think those games were just better than BL3 was, and TPS. I think Destiny just changed the way that that genre should be done. No weekly bollocks or FOMO, yeah. Destiny's also free to play on Steam, though, which is another big factor. I think it's got a better, like, social aspect to it, too. Like, you're forced to do co-op for raids and stuff. You are tanky. And breathe fire. Are they doing a Destiny 3 or are they just going to keep updating Destiny 2 forever? I imagine they're going to do another Destiny game. But it's been like 5 years since Destiny 2 came out. I guess with, like, the concept of sunsetting everything, though, you don't really need to. Unless you want to, like, improve the graphics. Okay. Or the engine. Oops. Maybe by the time the next PlayStation and Xbox come out, they'll do another one. That'd be my guess, which would be probably not for a while. We're talking like 5 years. Well, I could be totally wrong about that. But like, if they run well enough on like PS5 and Xbox Series X or whatever the hell it's called, I can never remember. The Xbox names are always like so complicated, but like it's like why create another one? Oh, it's gonna kill me. I have a feeling this is gonna kill me. No? We're good? Okay. $5 to $10K to 1. That's pretty terrible, especially if something's like super rare. And I feel like you don't want it to be a like a boring way, right? Like the grinder in Tibia, something like that. You want to actually like, ideally anyway, fight to obtain gear. But like I don't remember how the loot system in Destiny works. Or Destiny, yeah. Oh, I need nighttime. I loved the gameplay of Destiny though. I really did. And it, like, there was always something to do. Still is, I imagine. Even if it's like, you know, like, there's always just bounties or something you can gain, you know? Although there's probably a point where you, like, you feel like you have everything you'd want, and then you're just kind of, like, waiting for the next expansion, next season. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, something like crafting, I feel like could, you know, like, you don't want to have to farm that. Again, it's like TPS grinder farming. Like, that's not fun. You farm one boss to get all the loot, and then you just grind it, and it's like, oh, well, this sucks. And then you wonder why no one liked the game. Or at least the end game. How does that miss? Alright. And he dies. Like, I don't get it, man. Play for the guy getting Gael horn dropping in activity, screaming, and you don't get that no. Bummer. That's the ideal way to get loot, man. Like, I feel like if you have to rely on crafting to get rare pieces of loot, like, you need to revamp your loot system. But I think also, like, the more you add, like, parts and mods and stuff to guns, like, to make it even harder, like, that just kind of hurts your chances even more. Like, it's cool to have all those things, but at the same time, when you have, like, you know, 6 different parts and, like, 6 different options for 6 different parts, like, your chances of getting rare loot are just dramatically decrease. And it's hard, like, I can't give you a Destiny analogy because I didn't play it enough to know, but, like, it's like Borderlands with annoyance, right? You had like 40, I don't even know how many it was. Like, probably more than 40 different annoyance you could have on a gun, but, like, the odds you got the one you wanted were slim. The odds that you got one to begin with were not great. But, like, to get the one you needed, I think there was already a slim chance. And on top of that, the gun has, like, you know, 17 billion different parts it could have. I should go for the other guy. And the thing I hate about Anoints too is they turned the game into like BL2's endgame. As far as like scaling and stuff goes. Like, because they essentially brought back Slag. But like it was even, I don't know, harder to apply, I guess, because you had to like meet certain requirements instead of just like throwing a grenade or, you know, using a turret or having a slag weapon. Like you had to use your action skill and you have like 400 bonus damage or something. It's like, I see it all the time too. Like people, well, like slag existed in BL2 and I hated that. Well, yeah, it exists in BL3 too. Plus they made the scaling just as bad. You know, with Mayhem 11 anyway. Or whatever it ended up at. I mean, you only need slag because, like, you get to a point in the end game where everything's too easy, right? So they need to make the game harder, and they make it so hard that they need to give you slag. If you could just find a way to balance it so you know, everything isn't super easy at the end game, you wouldn't need it. This is not the right way. But, like, I don't know, man. I'm really curious as to what, like, Gearbox does in their testing. Like, do they test builds at endgame? You know, do you think Sal got tested? Because I don't think Sal got tested. And honestly, most people who play the game are never going to get that far. And, like, it wouldn't surprise me if they just don't test that sort of thing. Or, like, they do, but, like, a little bit. How much do you buff yourself in Outriders? Like 700%? Or is it, like, more reasonable? It's so dark. I really want to do the survival mod too in this game. It's supposed to make like a much darker night, and you actually need to like craft stuff and sleep and eat, and it seems like it's interesting. $20 to 30%? That's much less than slag. See, that's like reasonable. $300% though is you know, or what was slag? Was it 200 in BL2? I think it was different for you, VHM. I think it was 200 and then 100 elsewhere. I can't remember. Alright, this boss is going to be delightful. We can knock him down at least. I'm gonna line them up. The mage is 100% the worst of the three, though. Right, he's broken. Damage isn't amazing on this. Poke, poke, up, poke. Alright. Oh, perfect. Now we just spam L2. Trying to backstab him, but he's having none of it. Oh, I couldn't remember where I go from here. Caelem ruins. Oh, I gotta scroll my notes down. Let's see. Just got 4 more bosses here, and then we are off to Liurnia. We should be able to get into Altus today, I think. I doubt we'll finish tomorrow, though. We would have to fly to finish tomorrow. Only 5.5 hours in, though. It's already nighttime, and yeah, not late night. Late night is too late for nighttime bosses. Dude, I just can't wait until the randomizer. Like, I'm so excited for that. I have no idea. I love randomizers, plus it'll be like the first one I've done in this game. I think it's gonna be a really fun run. Or it could be miserable, I don't know. Just because of the whole discarding your weapon after every boss thing.
How can